Hey, how are you? It's Mary Bicknell. Welcome to Lead a Life Uncommon, where every Monday you're going to get a little biz bite to start your week off right. And then every Wednesday, we're going to deep dive into all things personal growth, where my goal is to help you have an aha every single week. You know, this podcast is for you, for the woman who's the go-getter, who knows there's more inside. And you know what? You're ready to smash through that self-imposed glass ceiling so you can finally see what you're made of. Ready? Let's go. Well, today, beautiful, I'm going to be sharing with you is this right? An admission? I'm admitting to something. I'm a recovering hider. Yeah, a recovering hider. So if you've seen me, you know, you've probably thought, oh my God, that woman has her shit together and she's like outgoing. She's an extrovert. She's confident, all the things. First of all, I'm not an extrovert. Yes, I am confident. So it appears as though I'm an extrovert. I can work a stage. So if you want me to come speak in your town, you put 50 people in a room, I will fly to you, my friends. Oh my God, I can't wait to do more speaking. But here's the thing. There was a time I really just hid out. And here's how I did it. Busyness, booze, and frankly, just plain old lying about how amazing I am. Now you might be like, whoa, did she just say she's amazing? I did. I really did. I actually really did. And I bet you are amazing as well. And I bet you're hiding that part of yourself sometimes too. Now, maybe not all the time, right? Because I know many of you are listening. You have these amazing badass lives and you listen because you want a nugget, a golden nugget, right? Or you recognize that even though life is great and life is amazing, when you hit a new goal or you're going for something, all that like mind chatter, all that BS, all those blind spots, all those fears, all that like worry that pops up, even though you're like, holy crap, I think I thought I dealt with that. But every time you evolve and every time you stretch, it comes up. Now, you're going to have a quicker bounce back. You're going to be able to see it differently, handle it differently, you know, through this podcast and definitely working with me, giving you lots of tools. So that shit will come up. So yes, you're amazing. What I mean by hiding my amazingness, see if you can relate to this. I'm moving around my chair. Hold on. I'm getting, so it's fall here. Yum. I'm having a little bit of pumpkin cold brew. Who here is a pumpkin spice latte lover? I know you love it or you don't. I totally understand. I totally love it. In fact, this past weekend, we did, maybe it was 2 weekends ago, we did seasonal change out. So for those of you who don't know, I also have a degree in interior design. And probably some of you don't even know, I have multiple degrees, right? So I've been a clinical social worker for years, a psychotherapist, you know, I've been in sales. Of course, I have an online global company, you know, business consultant, all the things. But I also have a degree in interior design. And so I love seasonal change out. And what does that mean? It means most things in my home get stored in the attic and all the fall stuff comes out. So slip covers come off, new rugs get put down, different lamps, different pictures, different artwork. And I don't know how I went off on that. I was talking about hiding out badassness, drinking this pumpkin latte. I think it was about hiding out and really going for things, being able to do whatever the hell I want to do. I think that's the theme. Playing small. So with this seasonal change out, like, look, this is something that I wanted my whole life. There's things that you want your whole life, and they seem like, I don't know, but like you might have had a judgment around them. So for me personally, me playing small, me hiding out, me hiding my amazingness, oh, that is so painful. And when I decided to finally do it, this is, I guess, where I was headed. When I finally decided to really show up, and that means speaking on stages and having a global business and all the things, it allowed me to have things that I always dreamt about in my life. And that includes, as an interior designer, even though I'm also a business mentor and all the things, but because I love design, it has given me the opportunity to have this change out during the seasons. And I have my own private in my attic, like my own home store where I can go up there and do things, including in my living room, changing out chairs, you guys. I know. So cool. And it wasn't always like that. You know, being a recovering hider, and oftentimes we hide, and we do this now, and I bet you do this sometimes, right? It's like we get so busy, we're just not showing up. It's like sometimes when you're just so busy, you don't have to show up in your fullness, in your amazingness. You can fall prey to the illusion, the disillusionment of, I'm so busy, I have nothing left to give, and that's bullshit. For me, I did that with busyness, but I also did that with booze, right? So I've been sober 17 years, over 17 years actually, and I quit cold turkey. After multiple attempts, then I quit cold turkey because I just didn't like who I was when I was drinking. And you can't develop a life that you want, that you love. You can't love yourself when you are running away and you're hiding your greatness from yourself and from the world. Right now, I'm really talking about, are you hiding out your greatness from yourself, your amazingness from you? It starts with you. Stop hiding from yourself, which means it's time for you to acknowledge your amazingness. It's time for you to just own it. I have this picture of me, and I say, you have zero competition when you own who you are. Okay? Zero competition when you own who you are. And this is about really falling in love with yourself. You can't lead a life uncommon if you're not in love with who you are. That's just it right there. I'm going to say it's impossible. Because truth being, and I want you to see if you agree with me, most women are not like madly in love with themselves. And so they're stuck in the status quo. They're hiding out. How many of you, by a raise of hands, except if you're driving, how many of you know girlfriends, you've got girlfriends, or you see women and you're like, holy crap, that woman has so much more inside of her. She literally can't see it. She's hiding it from herself. Now, here's the thing that's so funny. We think we're hiding it from ourselves, or we may unconsciously be hiding it from ourselves. We may be dumbing down, playing small, not saying what we really want, not showing up, not doing the work. But people can usually see our potential. Isn't that funny? Isn't that ironic? This is the thing that always is like so shocking to me. It's so sad too. It's heartbreaking when someone doesn't see their own magnificence. It's painful. And yet we are beaten over the head as girls, as women, not to fully step into our amazingness. Now, here's the thing. Plenty of you have stepped into your amazingness and you own it. And I know every now and again, no matter what level of success you've had, because I've worked with women in every level of success, 8-figure women, like women who are pivoting, women who are young, women who are older, like all the things. There are moments though that you'll be challenged about your amazingness, and it's going to come from within. So ask yourself, how are you pulling back? How are you hiding out? How are you dumbing down? So for me, it was alcohol. I would hide behind alcohol. And, here's the truth of it is like, I hid because I was drowning literally my emotions. I was trying to suppress my dreams, desires, wants. I was burying them because they felt so big and they were scary. And I was afraid, oh my God, what if, see, this is what my thesis is, right? I believe so strongly when I talk to women about being scared of success. I think what it is, it's really that it's because it's just new. Friends, I just want to tell you, it's just because it's new that you're afraid of the next level of your success. Whether it's your next million, 5 million, 10 million, 5 pounds, leaving that asshole, moving to a different part of the world. It's just in those moments. It's just in those moments. Those are those moments you have to catch yourself so that you're not hiding from what you truly desire. So for me, it was booze. I put on this like extra persona. I'm pretty outgoing on many levels. And, it got to the point that it was just a little bit scary. And the scary part wasn't the alcohol. The scary part was the day that I woke up and I realized, holy crap, I'm hiding out and I am doing this to myself. Have you ever had that moment where it's like you just can't blame anyone anymore? That is sobering, literally, like pun intended, right? I mean, shit, that is like so freaking sobering. Like when you wake up and you decide that you're taking 100% responsibility for the results that you have in your life because you can't lie anymore. You can't bullshit yourself anymore. You can't even lie to yourself anymore. It's like you cannot. And you try and try and try and hide and pretend and dummy down and play small and da 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 da. And then there comes that moment where you're just like, oh my God, I'm doing this to me. If you're doing something to yourself now, if you're too busy, if you're hiding out, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. And I mean literally, like literally do this exercise. I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to look into your eyes. And I want you to give yourself grace and compassion. Because you are and were just doing the best that you could to handle whatever emotional state that you're in. Whether it's and this is all things, guys. This isn't just like trauma and drama. This is like getting married where you're just like, oh, you're so busy and you're in denial that you're freaking out because you're getting married. Or, oh my God, even when I was when I was pregnant, I was like so worried and I was so busy, which is also hiding out, right? I was distracting. So you could call it buffering or distraction or hiding or avoiding. It doesn't matter what the word you use for it. It wasn't facing myself. It wasn't facing reality. It wasn't facing the situation. Even if the situation is pretty amazing. I loved being pregnant. Oh my God. But I was busy. So I want you to look at yourself in the eyeballs, in the mirror. And I want you to say, I love you. I forgive you. You're amazing. And if you need to, if you're the kind of person that's like, high five yourself right in the mirror, or hug yourself, or kiss your hand, or give yourself a hug, what do you need to do? Stop and start acknowledging yourself and how amazing you are. All right, that's the first step. The next step really looks like, how can you show up fully, even if it's a little scary for you? So if you have the idea, I am amazing, if you have that as a thought, and you are amazing. So like every single person that's listening, there's many ways that you're amazing. If you can live with that every single day and every single morning, that's your intention. Like, hey, I want to see more ways. I'm going to allow myself to show up, stop hiding, and be more amazing. Oh my God, what could happen for you in your life? What could happen for you in your business? What if you acknowledged it? Here's an exercise. Now, I know this might be a little challenging. It's okay. But every time I give this to clients, they actually love it. Here it is. Are you ready? Now, you can use me anytime, right? You can use me as your mentor. You can use me as your coach. And even if you're not like my paying client, I am 100% here for you. So you can reach out to me on social. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go on social media. Or if you're not on social media, like ask some people. You can say, hey, I was listening to this podcast the other day with this really brilliant, amazing, fabulous woman. Okay, and you can say that or not, but you can say, I was listening to this really amazing podcast. It's called Lead a Life Uncommon. Here's this exercise this woman said I should try. So will you help me out? Okay, and you can write that on a social post or something. There's two different ways that you can do this. There's two kind of flavors here. Number one, you could ask people, can you tell me 3 words that come up when you think about me? Okay, that's one way to do it. Here's a little twist on that. This is a little more complicated because it's a little more like, here's a little twist. And I love this one. So maybe you want to do the first one like whatever this month, and then wait a couple months and then use the second one. Okay. So come back to this, like bookmark this podcast so you can remember to come back to it. Here's the second one. Ask the question, what situations are happening in your life where I pop to your mind? What are the situations that are happening and I just like pop in your mind? These are two very interesting ways to get feedback from people that can reflect to you how freaking amazing you are. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to put all of your eggs in the external outside validation basket. And the truth is, sometimes it's really, really helpful to hear reflected back to you your amazingness. Here's what I know has happened when clients have done this before. They get feedback like, you're strong, you're dynamic, you're powerful, you're funny, you're caring, you're a friend. And then the second question, it's like, what situation happens where I pop into your mind? Oh my God, I love hearing the results of that. People say, I was reading this book on whatever interesting topic, and I thought you would like this. Or the other day I was walking and I was thinking about God and nature, and I was thinking about you and how much I love our conversations about God and nature. Or I was thinking about how I have this problem and I know that this is what you do for your business and you have the solution. I think I'm finally ready for you. It's like all these amazing things. This is what I want to say about this. I want you to recognize that sometimes you might be thinking you're playing small. Sometimes you might be hiding, and whether it's booze or whether it's busyness or shopping or whatever distraction. But I want you to know that people are watching and people can see you, my friend. I see you. I see you. I know inside you're radiant and amazing and beautiful. And sometimes it's helpful to hear that feedback from someone else. And sometimes it's helpful for you to recognize how powerful you are, even when you don't realize it. This is the thing I want you to get. You're so big. You have this thing inside of you. You have so much potential, so much capability. Maybe you're already contributing in so many amazing ways in the world. And yet there's more to you. There's more inside of you. You don't need to hide. You don't need to dummy down. You don't need to play small. Growth is not always easy. And thank God. Most people don't wake up. Wake up, my friend. Don't play small. Don't be common Sally Sue. You want to lead an uncommon life. Lead, be a leader. You don't want common. You don't want mediocre. You don't want average. You don't want small. Now, of course, everyone's definition of what a big life is. You get to define that for yourself, but you know inside when you're playing less than. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Well, let me just share this last little piece about drinking. There was a time I never told anyone that I got sober. Frankly, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because I didn't want to appear weak. I didn't want to have people think, oh my God, this woman is trying to tell me how to live a life and she was like drinking. Even if that was, over 17 years ago that I had my last drink, May 7th, 17 years ago. It's okay to grow. No matter being, having this global business and working with hundreds and literally thousands of women over the years, I'm still growing. So even though I'm not drinking, I still evaluate where else am I hiding out? And I have to tell you, this podcast, I love it. And thank you so much for the amazing feedback and the 5-star reviews and the DMs to me and the emails to me. Like it touches my heart so deeply because I'm literally pouring into you all the goodness that I have learned over the years. And this podcast is truly the work I'm meant to do. And I don't want to hide anymore. Now, some of you are like, Mary, what are you talking about? You've been online forever, but I haven't done, like, this is different for me. And claiming leading a life uncommon, right? To lead a life uncommon, it's like, I pride myself on my integrity and not being a hypocrite. And so with this podcast, I'm evaluating, how can I improve? Where can I get better? Where am I hiding? How can I say the hard thing? And not because I feel like, oh my God, I have to do this, but because I want to. I want to show you and support you in what's possible. So with that, go do those questions. Please tag me. I'd love for you to tag me. Remember, like, hey, I was listening to this cool podcast, Lead a Life Uncommon. This was this exercise this woman gave me. She said, what are the 3 top words that come to mind when you think about me? And here's the second question that you can do now or in the future. Sally or friends, what situation is happening in your life where I pop up, where I come to mind? You're going to have such richness in hearing those answers. And I hope that you can see yourself, like I'm sure the people in your life see you, as amazing. So go be bold. You deserve to lead a life uncommon, and I will talk to you so soon. I can't wait to hear your responses. And in the meantime, like, give me some feedback. Go ahead and pop over and do a 5-star or do a comment wherever you're listening to this. I want to hear what you have to say. I'll talk to you later. Hey, you've been listening to the Lead a Life Uncommon podcast. I'm here helping you create a life to allow you to do whatever the heck you want to do, whenever you want to do it. If you got some value out of this, I'm going to ask you, pop over and give a 5-star review. Subscribe and share this with a girlfriend you know is ready to lead a life uncommon herself. And I want to give you a couple of things. Number 1 is pop over to marybicknell.com/podcast. I have something called the Guide to Your Hidden Thoughts Around Money and Success. You're going to uncover some good stuff there. It's a little workshop I'm giving to you. And another thing I want you to take advantage of is this exercise I did all around connecting with your evolved future self. You're going to love this exercise. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, when you're done, please, please, please go and tag me on Instagram or any of the socials and tell me what you thought. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye now.